All right, this is brilliant. I got to do this one. I started watching a lot more Wing Chun stuff, even the debunking stuff online last night. And I came across this video. I've seen this guy's stuff before. It's Mike from Hard to Hurt. His YouTube channel, awesome YouTube channel. A lot of stuff. He's got great energy. I don't know him personally at all. I don't do anything he does. I just have nothing bad to say about him. He just seems like a nice guy. But I'm going to play a portion of his video that he did from a year ago on Anderson Silva used Bong Sao to defeat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Vertical jabs and Kung Fu for boxing. I'm going to play a minute 15 of this. Holy shit, does this guy do something that almost everybody in Wing Chun fucking fails to do. Let's see, I'm going to switch this up. Let's watch this for a second and check this out.
Anderson Silva just beat Chavez Jr. in a boxing match using Kung Fu. One specific thing from Kung Fu, he did.
I didn't say anything.
But you're making a face like, this is what happens. Whenever some Kung Fu shows up in mainstream combat sports, all the Kung Fu weebs are like,
first off, he's 100% correct. Every time you see a little bit of something, it's the collective Wing Chun and JKD, but I'll take responsibility for Wing Chun. The collective Wing Chun community just comes out of nowhere and says, did you see that? Because we're such in a state of mind to defend the art instead of letting it speak for itself. Now, I think Mike says here, he doesn't train Kung Fu, doesn't know Kung Fu. I beg to differ, sir. You actually do something and surmise something up here that proves you understand Kung Fu more than most people. Let's continue.
That was Bong Sao from such and such. I don't really know anything about Kung Fu, but I know that the things he was doing looks like Kung Fu. So this is Kung Fu for boxing. So Bong Sao, I think this is Bong Sao. Some Kung Fu guy's already mad at me for, probably not even saying it right. But as I understand it, I've had like 2 Kung Fu lessons from Sergio, right? We didn't cover Bong Sao. As I understand it, it's kind of like this motion. And we use it for a lot of things. It's using the forearm.
Wait, he makes a shape and he says we use it for a lot of things. Already, he's on the right path. But I don't want to put words in his mouth. I'm going to let him continue. Remember, this is Mike from Hard to Hurt. Subscribe to his channel. I think he's got great stuff. Remember, YouTube is meant to put as much of our passions out there. He's extremely passionate about what he does. Subscribe to it.
One time where I use it a lot is one of my favorite things to do is when he jabs, I will cover and parry like that. But if you did that to me, and you did that to me, you parried my jab, and you were gonna send that right hand, I'm not gonna get this hand back in the way. So one way that I deal with that is if someone does that to me, is I use that elbow. I understand that to be Bong Sao. If it's not Bong Sao, please correct me in the comments below.
You just described Bong Sao better than any other teacher out there in application. And I'll explain why. Here's what Mike got 100% correct is he skipped past all the frivolous bullshit training aspects of, well, you've got to have your elbow in a certain position and then you pivot when it comes in on that motion and then you're forced into Bong Sao, right? Bong Sao, you're forced into it. What he just proved, believe it or not, he just answered the effectiveness of Wing Chun in a minute and 15 seconds in his own video. Again, the video is Anderson Silva used Bong Sao to defeat Julio Cesar Chavez. The point being this, you're never going to apply anything as planned. He took a shape which exists in Wing Chun, which exists in Aikido, which exists clearly in the boxing he just demonstrated, and he used it for his applicable purposes. And he showed how effective it is. I'm not in Mike's skin, right? I clearly am a lot fatter than him. I'm bigger than him. I don't know what it's like to be in his needed energy and at the time, right? Meaning that I'm not, wait a minute, whoa, hold the fucking horses here, Mike. You're going to tell me, let's go back to this for a second. I want to back up. We're going to debunk this shit right now because you just lied about Wing Chun, Mike. Oh my God.
You parried my jab and you were going to send that right hand. I'm not going to get this hand back in the way. So one way that I deal with that is if someone does that to me is I use that.
Wrong. Wrong. You're clearly, your bong sao energy isn't going forward into the person. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. He summed up perfectly the application part of what happens after you've trained it, and then you have to make it work. See, this is why men like this call out Wing Chun for bullshit, because so many of you out there who study Wing Chun think, A, you need to see it for it to be effective. B, it has to be as effective perfectly as you trained it for it to work. Now, if he throws that, if he never did this video and explaining his concept for it, and he did it, his DMs or comments would be flooded. Oh my God, you just did a Wing Chun bong sao. And then the other asshats in our art would also say, oh, you also did it incorrectly. No, you know what? Props to this. I want to see more of this stuff out there. This was 1 minute and 15 seconds into his video. He just demonstrated perfectly what the Wing Chun bong sao is. It blows me away. You don't need to see it for it to be effective, and it doesn't need to be exactly how you trained it for it to be effective. I keep going back to when I was a cop. You trained in a static, in the beginning stages, a circumstance to fire your pistol at the range. 7 yards, 10 yards, 21 yards, standing, isosceles, triangle, weaver stance, whatever you want. And if your marksmanship was great from there, you progressed, maybe low light conditions. Sometimes we did simunitions training, which got our heart rates going up, shooting and moving. But wait a minute, no. I got to stand No, if you're a bad guy, you got to stand in front of me. I got to fire off rounds perfectly from 7 yards in a static position, high quality light all over the place, eyes and ears, and it's controlled circumstance. No, it's applying it. I want to personally thank this guy. Again, his YouTube channel is hard to hurt. He's mocking it, but you know what? He should. He should continue to mock Wing Chun unless people who study our own art can't say, well, you know what? Hey, there's a difference between training and application. And a lot of us can, but we're not speaking up for it, right? So it takes a gentleman who does boxing and other things to wind up putting together this for us. Great video. I really appreciate this. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. But he just proved the application of bong sao is not limited to one thing, and it sure as shit not free from criticism for those who don't understand it, because more people understand that it is. Guys, I'm so excited about this. I got to check out more of his stuff. Hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that thanks button. I'll see you on the next video.